Hi friends, happy Sunday. We are back in my kitchen again today and we are making a keto-friendly shrimp Alfredo. So really delicious recipe. It comes together very quickly and this would also be a great meal prep idea. So you could prep this for a few days. You'll have a prepared lunch or dinner. So let's turn the camera around and go ahead and check out the ingredients we're using. So fairly simple lineup today. We've got grated Parmesan cheese, some garlic, butter, heavy whipping cream. I'm only going to use half of this shrimp. It is raw and it has the tail on, so I'm going to have to, deal with that. Take the shell off, take the tail off. Pink Himalayan salt and my spaghetti squash. I'm going to prepare this. You can use zucchini noodles. If there's like a low carb pasta you want to use, you can use that as well. But this comes together really quickly. It's really delicious. So let's go ahead and get started. First, we're going to prepare our spaghetti squash. So I actually will put this in the microwave for about 2 minutes just to soften it and make it easier to cut in half because it can sometimes be a challenge. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So 2 minutes in the microwave and then we'll come back and cut it. All right, so it's been in the microwave for 2 minutes and I'm going to go ahead and cut this in half. Also, while it was in the microwave, I went ahead and preheated the oven to 400. So, still a little bit of a challenge to cut it, but so much easier once you microwave it for 2 minutes. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this scooped out and I'll meet you right back here. I've gotten them all cleaned out. I brushed them generously with some avocado oil. You can use olive oil. I don't suggest using vegetable oil, canola oil, things like that. And then we have some salt and pepper that I've seasoned them with. So now we'll go ahead and get them on the pan. I have my parchment paper down and this just allows for easier cleanup, but you are going to want to flip them over. So you're going to have them flipped over and you're going to put them in a 400-degree oven for about, I'd say 40 minutes, and then we will check from there. All right, so we have our shrimp. I went ahead and took the shells off and the tails. So I'm going to go ahead and season them, and you can use whatever you want. You can just use salt and pepper. But I think I'm actually going to use some Old Bay. So we'll go ahead and season that. Okay. And then over here in our pan, I've got some avocado oil. So probably a little over a tablespoon. And then probably like a teaspoon or so of butter. So we're going to go ahead and heat that up. And then we'll go ahead and throw our shrimp in. We're going to go ahead and put our shrimp in and let them cook. They're probably gonna take maybe like 2 minutes per side, so not long at all. So our shrimp are done. So what we're gonna do is this can be done all in one pan. So we're gonna go ahead and just put the shrimp to the side until our sauce has come together. Now we're gonna start on the Alfredo sauce. So you're gonna need about a 1/4 cup of butter. So put that in your pan, and all these little brown bits are fine because they are just going to add to the flavor of the Alfredo sauce. Now that our butter is melted, we're going to go ahead and add some garlic. And really you can just do this to taste. I feel like the more garlic, the better. And then you're going to want to season with some salt and pepper. We're going to go ahead and whisk this around just so that the garlic can kind of cook for a few minutes. And then once that's done, we're going to add a cup of warmed heavy cream. So I have about a cup of heavy cream that I put in the microwave for about 40 seconds. All right, so go ahead and you're going to want to have a whisk. We are going to add the heavy cream. And we're gonna let that go for a few minutes, and then you're gonna add a cup of grated Parmesan cheese. We're gonna go ahead and add in the Parmesan cheese, so like I said, about a cup. And you're just gonna keep whisking until it comes together and thickens, and then we can go ahead and add our shrimp back in. And just remember while you're doing this, you want to make sure that you keep whisking, and that way it doesn't burn to the bottom of your pan. Now that we've gotten our sauce nice and thick and bubbly, you'll see we'll go ahead and add our shrimp back in. And you'll just stir it around and just let that kind of hang out for a few minutes so the flavors can meld together. Once that's done, I'll show you how we shred our spaghetti squash, and we'll go ahead and plate it up. Okay, the spaghetti squash just came out of the oven, so it looks like it's done, but a good rule of thumb is to take a knife and kind of poke it in, and if it seems really tender, then you're good to go. And it seems like it's perfect. Spaghetti squash, so you're just gonna take a fork. Really simple. You're just gonna shred, 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 and you'll see how it looks just like an angel-haired pasta was. Really no flavor to this. Once you put your sauce on it, it kind of takes on whatever flavor that you're putting on it, and it just gives you that texture of spaghetti or a noodle without the added carbohydrates. We went ahead and plated up the shrimp Alfredo. You're just gonna put whatever portion you want of the spaghetti squash, pile your shrimp Alfredo on top, and then we did add a side of broccoli. There's one thing that is optional but is so delicious that we add to it. We have this Old Bay hot sauce, so you can add a few shots of that to the top if you want to kick it up a notch. So here is the finished product. Like I said, a nice low-carb meal for lunch or dinner.